Crystal blessings, everybody. It's Hibiscus Moon from Hibiscus Moon Crystal Academy, and I'm here to do the second day in the 7-day series of readings that I said I was going to do. And I've got my tiger's eye here from yesterday. I was supposed to be working with tiger's eye. That was the message that I got for yesterday. So I pulled out my tiger's eye and kept it alongside me. And I decided today I was going to pull out the books that go with the two decks that I'm using, so that you can see that. And I did introduce you to the Earth Magic deck by Stephen D. Farmer, and then the Crystal Oracle deck is from Tony Carmine Salerno. Okay, in case you're interested in getting them. Okay, so I have my cards here today, and I also have today my love candle lit just because I felt like, you know, one of those days that I needed that. And today I decided that I was going to use my chakra wand, and I have a video on how I made this, to just kind of pass over the oracle decks, which I've merged. And I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. So that was just kind of like an energy passing over them. And remember, if you are called to watching these videos, this series, then this message is for you. Okay, so that's the way I look at it, at these video card readings. And like I said, these are hard for me to shuffle because they are from two decks and they are not the same size cards. And I would have to have chosen two cards that were difficult to shuffle, right? Oh my goodness. All right, so it's just a bit of, there you go. That's what the deck looks like right now. And I know some very adept and astute card readers like Jacqueline Dubois, the Moon Mother, you can find her on YouTube, puts a lot of emphasis into how the cards stack up, even in just the shuffling of them. She's so genius. Okay, and then I cut the deck. And the top card is our card for the day, so I will let you watch me pick that. So you see here we've got an Earth Magic card today. So let me turn it around for you. And we'll see what that card is together. Okay, so it's Summer Solstice. Interesting. Radiance. That's the card. And one thing I wanted to mention is that when I do these card pulls, that's actually a card I've never pulled before. I usually end up pulling the same cards all the time, like the same crystals all the time from the Crystal Oracle deck and the same cards from my Earth Magic deck. I also have another deck that I use. It's a Mermaid deck by Doreen Virtue that I keep by my bedside. And I shouldn't say usually. Sometimes I pull them in the morning. I'll pull one card. I always pull one card, unless something really big is going on, and then I'll do a 3-card spread just for myself to get more of a fleshed out message. And sometimes I pull the mermaid cards before I go to bed. Something that Jacqueline Dubois suggests doing, and that she does, is that she pulls her 3 cards in the morning, and you might not know, this is what she says, it makes a lot of sense to me, what the message means yet. But leaving the card spread out there, or just the one card, whatever you pulled, throughout the day, somewhere where you're going to see it, maybe in your sacred space, or put it on your car dashboard, or whatever it is that you do a lot of. Put it in a place where you're going to see it, maybe on a mirror, where you're going to be reminded of it throughout the day, so that by the end of the day, that message may really, really be clear, or you may not figure it out until the end of the day, and then you go, oh my goodness, that's what that meant. So radiance. And now this is kind of funny too, because I just got a message, and I don't always post these on my Facebook page because they seem to be coming so frequently now and so close together. But we have another coronal mass ejection series of them that were just released from the sun 3 days ago and slamming us here. And I am one of those people that is highly affected, I recently figured out, by the coronal mass ejections. They do affect our planet. They do affect living beings. I mean, this is highly charged energetic plasma, which is electrified gas. We're electrical beings, so of course you're going to be affected by these things. But anyway, so that's just one connection I'm making to this card. But I thought it would be a good idea rather than just to see my connections, because you might be resonating with something completely different, and this card's message might be completely different to you. Okay, and I also look at the pictures on the card too and see if there's anything going on there for me. So the sun, for me, is a masculine energy. Summer solstice is a very masculine energy, and I definitely put high importance on the solstices and the equinoxes. And this is kind of like the wrong time of year. We just left the summer solstice behind, and I don't really see that as the connection here. What I'm seeing as the connection here, and again, this is from my perspective, is the masculine energy and a lot of push energy. If you, like for instance, you're doing a crystal grid and you're trying to manifest something, sun, solar energy, summer solstice is the time of year to do it. And then the little clue word there is radiance. And that brings forth a lot of like radiating your energy, your beauty, your what it is that's your essence. So let's go ahead and read what the card message is here from the book. And it goes in alphabetical order, so it's pretty easy to find. And where is it? Okay. I said it was pretty easy to find, right? For some. What? Oh, because it's summer solstice. I'm looking for solstice. Okay. Okay, here it is. All right. The word solstice originates from the Latin word solstitium, which means stationary or stopped. Stiti means stopped or stationary, and sun is sol. This is because twice during the solar year, the sun appears to rise and set in the same place for several days. It seems to be taking a much-needed rest before taking the next circuit across the sky from one solstice to the next. It's ceaseless, predictable certainty, having existed since before the time of our ancestors. There are stories in many cultures that personify the sun as a deity, either male or female, often riding the sun across the sky in a boat or chariot. With the summer solstice comes the culmination of the sun's travels that have led to the longest days of the year. The light is now at its fullest and has provided its own brand of nourishment to the land and all of its inhabitants. Celebrations and ceremonies abound. Passion and playfulness are themes. We feel an innate desire to be outdoors in the natural world and reap the benefits of the longest days of the year. We instinctually seek the light, and during this cycle, there is an abundance of it. Okay, so reading just that part of the passage brought another message to mind. Perhaps we all need to get outside and soak up some of that sun radiance, some sunbathing, just getting outside and earthing barefoot and soaking up the vitamin D. So that's a message in itself right there. Let the radiance of the sun inspire your inner radiance to shine forth. Release your concerns about what may happen in the future and focus on appreciating everything you have that is good and right. So that's giving me another message. Stay in the present, in the here and now. Allow Father Sun to take away your worries and cares. Do something physically active to stimulate your inner light. Dance, sing, but most important, get outdoors. Okay, so there's that message again, guys. Not let any negative thoughts or habits stop you, especially if those of you that are, those of us that are susceptible to SAD, seasonal affective disorder, that might start to kick in right now for some of you that live in cooler, colder climates in the latitudes closer to the poles, whether it be north or south hemisphere. Those of you that are experiencing cooler weather, and I know those of you in the southern hemisphere, it's opposite for you right now, but if you're closer to the poles, you're more affected. Cooler weather, seasonal affective disorder starts to take hold, that depression starts to take hold, and so now's a good time to act as if you're in summer solstice mode. When you are in love with life, you naturally radiate that love. During this part of your cycle, your capacity to love is greatly amplified. In one of those supreme ironies of life, the more love you give, the more returns to you. It starts by allowing the radiant being you truly are to be expressed into the world. Smile a little more. Notice the beauty of nature. See the humor in the paradoxes of life. Show your love, especially to those whom you are closest. I need to remember that. Then smile even more and watch how the world around you lights up. And that is so true. Also, if you'd like a crystal to help you align with this card today, I would highly recommend pyrite, marcasite. A lot of you have marcasite jewelry. Marcasite is very closely aligned with pyrite and sunstone. So those would be your go-to stones for aligning with this card. Okay, I wanted to keep this short, so hopefully that message rang true for you today. And namaste, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.